Hello straight blade enthusiasts, just a little straight blade video for you here from just about a complete novice. I have some experience sharpening kitchen knives on whetstones, always trying to take it up the next level. Got pretty proficient at that and thought one day, I wonder if I could sharpen a straight blade. And then of course the related question, I wonder if I could shave with a straight blade. The answer to those questions initially was no. I bought this TI, it's a Laker Low, and came across Dr. Matt's channel. He said this was a great razor to start with, so I got it and had enormous unsuccess with it starting off. My first shave was very long and very painful in the end. Lots of cuts and just abrasions. I knew my technique was awful, but I thought that there may be something wrong with the razor as well, that maybe it just wasn't cutting like it should. So I sent it off to Dr. Matt and was hoping that he would be kind enough to diagnose the problem, then I could try to fix the problem. He did a lot more than that. He actually sharpened this Laker Low for me and put just an incredible edge on it with a cuticle and finished off with a black arc. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to buy a gold dollar right from China via Amazon and see if I could use the methods that Dr. Matt uses on his channel and put a similar edge. So I have the kind of the standard here with the Laker Low. Maybe I can start with this right out of the box with a slight geometry correction and put a finishing edge on it and see what happens. Basically taking a newbie, taking the information off of Dr. Matt's channel and trying to remember it and adapt it to suit my own purposes. I already have a lot of whetstones from my kitchen knife sharpening, but I ended up picking up, let's see, an 8K Norton and then an ILR, ultra fine, and then not sure how quite these relate, but I think I'll finish off in the end with a black arc, which I just burnished with a 2-inch chisel and the sweat of my brow. So that will be the progression there. And I'll let you see the first couple seconds of each stage and then go ahead and fast forward because nobody wants to watch a beginner go through this. So we'll start off with a 400 Atoma to get the bevel set and fix some geometry stuff. Then we'll go to the 1000 Chaucera, then to the 8K, then to the ILR, because why not? Then maybe a strop for a little bit, and then to the black arc. I know that the stropping in there on a fire hose fits in somewhere along the sequence. Not quite sure where, but we'll see what happens. So then at the end, I'm not going to show you a whole shave video because that would take way too long. And like I said, I'm still a complete amateur with that, but I will do like a couple downward strokes with a Laker Low and then compare it to the gold dollar and just to see what happens. That may be a bloody mess, but we'll see. Who knows? So let's get right to where all good things happen. That would be the kitchen sink. All right, in my estimation, the geometry really isn't too bad on this, but we'll see what happens. I tape the edge like all good novices do. I'm just going to try to refine this geometry a little bit. This is interesting that I'm sure more experienced sharpeners know how to handle this, but the shoulder obviously, prevents me from kind of getting the angle I want. I would like to go both ways with that, but I can't do that with that shoulder. So just kind of working around that. Maybe some prefer to grind that shoulder down. I don't know. All right. And even if I don't get it all the way there, I'll finish it up with the 1000. All right, Chaucera 1000 now. Finish up that bevel set. When to kill the edge? Kill it before the bevel set? Kill it now? Kill it after? Who cares? I don't know. I'll just go ahead and kill it. Kill it good. All right. Let's see what happens. It's Let's move on to the 4000. This is a Sharpen. A little bit of play. Yeah, a little bit of play. All right. All right. Oh, wow. It's taking off so much more than I expected. Edge doesn't feel good for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. I wonder if it needs to be rounded off. Let's try that. Yeah, it helped a lot. Okay. The edge was raising up a little bit on me. This is more than I've ever taken off on a 4000. It's pretty crazy. All right. Let's move now to the 8K Norton. I don't feel like the 8K is giving me anything else. I feel like the 8K is done. So let's move up to the ILR. Do I lap this with a 400 Atoma? Do I flatten it? Do I generate some slurry? All that stuff? I have no idea. So I'm going to do it because it can't hurt. Boom. Done. All right. Let's see what happens. It's really fascinating how short of a time this takes, even for a newbie, provided I'm doing it right. I mean, I've been running one shot since I set up here, and it is 18 minutes into the video from when I set up the sink. So all right. Now I'm looking for the stickiness that they say happens. I guess surface tension when the water between the water and the blade, when the blade geometry starts to conform very closely to the surface of the stone. And I don't have a cauticule, so I'm just moving from the ILR to the strop. I don't know. I was good from the ILR to the black arc. I'm definitely feeling some stickiness here. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Oh wow, it's happening. Certainly on the left side. Yeah, there it is. Yep. Getting very sticky. That's a really interesting phenomenon. Incredible. All right, a little bit on the fire hose, and then the strop, because why not? And then back for the black arc. So when I first saw Dr. Matt burnishing a black arc, I thought, what on earth is he doing? And you really can't appreciate the process until you actually do it yourself. So I started on this side, burnishing it, but I didn't do anything with sandpaper, glass, anything like that to flatten it out, because Dan's whetstone is like, when it comes to you, it's as flat as humanly possible. So what am I going to do with that? Well, it turns out that even if the stone is flat, sanding still smooths that stone out. So this side is not sanded. This side I sanded it on glass from 400 or so up to maybe 2500 grit. And then I put the chisel on it for quite a while and got a really nice shine out of that. Just incredible smoothness. So what I'm going to do now is hone a bit for the first time on this black arc. And then I think that Dr. Matt set up a stopwatch effectively and just did this for a couple minutes. I don't know how much honing oil to use. I've never done this before, but that looks like enough. Let's see what happens here. All right. So first time honing on the black arc, and I'll do I think 2 minutes or so. Let's see what happens. Feels weird. Feels weird because it's so smooth. Oh, wow, the blade is scraping all the honing oil off. Okay, maybe what's more on there? There's no feedback that I'm experiencing. Obviously, there's no metal on the stone. No wonder you just set a timer, because there's nothing. Oh, there's nothing to see or feel. This is weird. This feels so weird. I'm feeling a little bit of friction. Hopefully it's not just because the blade's crooked. Let me see. No, there's a little bit of friction. Resistance towards the top of the knife. I'm not sure why. How do you keep honing oil on these things? The blade keeps scraping it off. That's 2 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is look at it under my cheap Amazon microscope. Look at this edge, and hopefully it looks a lot better than it did before. Then I'm going to strop it up and do a little test shave. So I'm going to hit pause here and regroup. All right, sorry for this awkward angle looking into the mirror there, but I'm going to go with a safe bet first, just for comparison. I've used this just a couple times and stropped it up after Dr. Matt's sharpening there. So just going to go down one stroke with a leg low. Feels good, of course. Shaves quite nicely. All right, and now for the scary part. Going to try the gold dollar, sharpened by yours truly. Hopefully no really jagged edges. All right, well, let's see how this goes. Oh, wow. That's actually very good. Okay, not as smooth as the Legro Low, but the blade is also much larger, so it feels and it sounds different. But wow. That is... That's actually not bad. No testimony to me, that's for sure. Being a complete newbie. And I'm sure that someone who's experienced with sharpening and shaving with straight blades could tell a major difference. Someone with a better microscope no doubt could also tell a big difference. But it's pretty good, really. So it just shows you what a beginner can do using videos like what Dr. Matt has up on his site. So that's pretty cool. I'm really happy with that, and I'll keep working at it and get better. Maybe add a cuticule to the mix. Never know. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. And if you're a beginner out there and you want to start doing this stuff, yeah, get a cheap gold dollar, watch Dr. Matt's videos, and have some fun.